Kia and welcome. My name's Dads and this is BroDad's coverage of the 2024 Taupo Classic, the first of the Tour Down Under series. Here we have the chase card playing the Bk9. Gus, tell us what's happening.
The Taupo Classic Disc Golf Tournament sure has been a wonderful spectacle to showcase our side of the world. Johnny Wake, Francis Orange, and Joseph Berry are showing us that they can compete amongst the top disc golfers in the world. One key factor contributing to the success of New Zealand disc golfers is the beautiful natural landscapes that provide stunning backdrops for courses in the country. The challenging terrains and diverse environments present unique obstacles that help players develop their skills and strategies, preparing them well for global competitions. Additionally, the supportive disc golf community in New Zealand fosters a sense of camaraderie and encouragement among players, pushing them to continually improve and excel in their gameplay.
I'm sure you swallowed a dictionary there, Gus. Anyway, give us the rundown on hole 10.
Hole number 10 is a 109-meter par 3. Most players opt for a throw under the tree bunker, a few meters out from the tee pad. The out-of-bounds area on the right comes up quickly as the terrain slopes in that direction. The basket is located further to the right of the usual position.
And here we are, teeing off on hole 10, Nate Perkins. Oh no, wait a minute. Joseph Berry, just reminding him that it's actually him that's still on a tee box. Nice flat throw under the branch. See out there? Oh, it's going right towards the basket. It's not too far away. Very handy shot. Here's Nate. Second on the tee, of course. Trusty sidearm. And next getting down there. I'd say that's a pretty handy birdie as well. Francis Orange. And away he goes. A little bit wider. Coming in, just clips a branch there and lands on the edge of the green. And the lefty. Johnny Wake. Throwing it up there, fortunately out of bounds, so that attempt is for 3, for par, so yeah, he'll be going for a bogey. Francis Orange from out wide, just clips past the basket, and here we have Joseph Berry in for a birdie, well deserved. Johnny Wake with his bogey there. And now Francis Orange steps up and taps in a par. And Nate Perkins, who just bolsters up and taps it in for a birdie.
Hole 11, par 3 is through a new part of the course, which was born from the carnage left over after Cyclone Gabriel. There is no drone fly-through, but it's a tricky shot, 57 meters through numerous pine trees and uphill to the basket.
Yes, Gus, this hole was created after Cyclone Gabriel. Very interesting hole, uphill through the trees. If you're lucky you get a birdie. That looks like a good shot there. Nate goes up. Lands in a little bit higher than the basket by the look of it. Francis Orange. Lands a little bit on the ledge. Puttable. Johnny Wake. Gets up there just before the basket. Great little birdie there from Johnny. Now we have an uphill attempt from Francis Orange. Keeps his footing. Now that's a good birdie from Francis. Next up we have Nate Perkins, whose drive ended up behind the basket. So he's putting out for a birdie. Bit scary going downhill. No, he nails it. And behind him, Joseph Berry. Also ended up behind the basket, putting out for a par.
Hole 12, a par 3 102-meter hole, with a lot going on, a low ceiling from the tee pad, and out of bounds left and right, and a scattering of trees that can get in the path of the discs on its way to the basket.
Nate Perkins on the tee box with another beautiful sidearm through the trees. Lands in a nice position just by the basket. Francis Orange steps up with the orange disc. Drops that one anyway, picks another one up. Goes around the corner a little bit. Johnny Wake. Left-handed of course, but it comes in just below. Snookered himself behind a tree in front of the basket. And Joseph Berry up the rear here. Snakes it through, just drops down. So he's a little bit short. So here's his second throw. Francis Orange from the side. Just chips one in under the basket. Johnny's attempt just skips off the top of the basket there. And Nate Perkins names that nice putt for another birdie.
Hole 13, par 3, 85-meter ace run, with a mondo tree close to the right of the basket, is the main reason most players don't get a birdie.
Nate Perkins on the tee box. Sizing up another sidearm throw. Skips one up there. Just past the Mando. Or Mando, that is, Gus. Francis Orange. Oh, that looks very birdieable. Mind you, we've seen him practice here on the drone replays through there. Johnny Wake gets one up there as well. They all look pretty safe for a birdie there. Oh, skips one past. Same thing as well. So there's two misses. No such trouble for Francis Orange. So he gets a birdie. But like I say, he's been practicing over the years. The drone fly-through is 4 years old. Nate Perkins for par. And Joseph Berry also for a par. And then we have Johnny Wake, strolls up and chips in his birdie. A par, birdie. Move on to hole 14.
Hole 14, par 3, 130-meter hole, has two ways to approach it, as this year there is no mandatory tree, as in previous years. There is an out-of-bounds line, if you stray long into the tee area for hole 15. It's good to see that they have some people designated as caddies, and provided for the chase card here at the Tour Down Under's Disc Golf Classic. Here in Taupo, the whole event is very well organized. And there we see an example of the perfect throw on this hole by Francis that will make for an easy birdie. And there we see the left style of Heiser from the lefty Johnny Wake, attacking the basket from a completely different position.
Nate Perkins on the tee. Doing a backhand this time. Getting himself just under that tree that used to be the old Mando. Joseph Berry. Tees off with a backhand as well. Tries the other approach. Comes in nicely on the hillside there. Nice little upshot there from Nate Perkins. And from out wide we've got Johnny going with a birdie attempt. Just drops it in over the hill. Francis Orange, nice little birdie there. It shows you what a position he landed in. Par for Johnny Wake, and one there for Nate as well, and also Joseph Berry. This goes to show how much practice you need to put in. Year after year we've turned up at the Classic and we've always seen Francis Orange practicing these holes.
Hole 15 is a well-deserved par 4, 161-meter hole, has trouble on both sides of the fairway, and only a certain gap or so through the woods. Players have to judge their first shot carefully to avoid going out of bounds over the cliff or tangled in the pine forest, which is a tempting shortcut.
Francis Orange on the tee box after 2 consecutive birdies. This one's coming close to the edge. Oh, let's hope it's in bounds. Johnny Wake going along the edge. Oh no, he's got caught up in the brush there, buried in the forest. Nate, looks like his sidearm's coming round also into the rough. It could be costly. Then we've got Joseph Berry just skimming along, very close to the edge as well. Both players are safe. Joseph Pop someone up there, it looks quite handy. Francis Orange. Optic, no, he's not opting for the sidearm. He's going backhand. Still the same disc. Comes around. Very handy to the basket. Just bounces off the tree in front of the basket. In the middle of the woods. And up and over from Nate. Pops out there into the middle of the fairway. Still might be able to get the basket from there. We can't quite see where Johnny's ended up. But he went past the basket. So that's quite good a shot. And he's going to attempt to putt from there. Oh, that's a great shot. Good putting. You'd be happy about that. Getting out of trouble. Nate, looking for the basket, just chips over the top. There's a little reminiscence of that. Well deserved birdie. Francis also the well deserved birdie. I think anybody that gets a birdie on this hole is doing well. And Nate Perkins pops in with a par there, but knows he could have done better. Now we're moving on to the most woody hole on the course.
Hole 16 is a 97-meter par 3 hole that has changed the game for many a round of disc golf played at Spa Park, as the route through the trees is not easy and is one of luck and skill. What happened there, Daz? You missed the tee off from Francis? Just basic disc golf filming 101. Have the camera turned on. At least you see the disc hit a tree.
Pretty much the same sort of shot from Joseph, a bit more central. It's a tree. Johnny lines up a left-handed throw here. Pops it out. Just, and we see it hit a tree there in a bit of a slowed down footage. And Nate, got a sidearm version. Hoping to get it straight up the middle. Goes quite well and hits a tree in the end. Got a smile about that. Francis Orange. Second throw. Bounces off a tree fortuitously. Joseph. Nice little stab in from the side there. Nate Perkins. Just going to pop it around. Curve it around nicely. He's there for two. Johnny, click off the mark again. Yep.
Yeah, mate.
Call it luck, call it skill. But they all managed to get past there. As we move on to hole 17. Looking up through the trees. Just before tee off here. Gus will give us a description. Hole 17.
Hole 17 is another hole where luck plays a factor in what happens, and you can bet even the pros hit a few trees. It is a par 3, 93-meter hole with two main ways to the basket.
There's the wind blowing through the trees. And we're in this little forest sanctuary. We've got Francis Orange ready to tee off. Looks like he's going on the right side of the route to the basket. Yep, and it's going to flick out to the right. Joseph, he's gone the other way. And that doesn't look too bad there. Johnny Wake, straight up the guts. Not too sure about it, he says to himself. And Nate Perkins, another sidearm. Goes on the right hand side. Oh, hits a tree right at the end of the flight. Bunch of signs from the rough, the side. Chips it up. Lands handy enough to the basket. Nate gets one up there but hits another branch. Johnny Wake throws one up before I get a chance to catch it on camera. Joseph Berry, oh, just taps off the top of the basket there. Bit of a shame. Another miss from Francis. And Nate nails it for a par. With only one hole to go, Nate Perkins has a commanding lead over the rest of the card. 8 under par. But there's been an interesting scrap between the minor placings. Francis Orange moves to 5 over with that bogey. More respect to where he started off at the start of the second nine. Joseph Berry and Johnny Wake coming in there with a par as well.
Hole 18 is a 174-meter par 4 that extends the old basket placement right next to a cliff for added excitement. The rolling small hills and trees make for some big throws to set up for birdies or pars. Well, as you can see and hear, the wind is blowing harder now as the players shake hands and get ready for the last hole. Joseph Berry steps up, ready to throw straight into the wind. Well, Daz, I don't know what the heck you're zooming in on, but you completely fucked that up.
You're not wrong there, Gus. I don't get them all. See how I get on with Johnny here. He just pops over the brow of the hill there.
Good, bro.
Nate. Backhand this time.
Shit.
Nice and handy. And last on the tee this time, Francis Orange. And he's doing a sidearm. From out on the paddock we see Joseph Berry. Heads nicely towards the basket area. Now we've got Francis Orange from under the tree by the old basket, or the usual basket. He's run out there. Oh, looks like I might have gone OB over the edge. There's a quick shot there of Johnny, and as one goes up into the basket area on the green, I think. Because of that OB, he's 1 metre inside, going for a putt here. Mr. Orange just clips off the bottom of the thing. He's disappointed about that. Johnny Wake lining up a birdie here. Yeah, he grabs that. So that gives him 1 over for the tournament. Not a bad effort from Johnny Wake. Nate Perkins lining up a birdie here. Yep, he gets that. That'll give him 9 under for the tournament. Joseph Berry finishing off. That brings him to even par for the tournament. And Francis Orange, with that bogey on the last hole, 6 over par. Well, that wraps up our unofficial chase card coverage as we see Corey Ellis get the award for taking it out. 18 under par. Just shows you what a difference there is. I'm going to give you the wrap up of the final round results. Don't forget to like and subscribe to watch more disc golf filmed here in New Zealand.